flip-flops. That's what we are going to discuss now. Here, SR flip-flop and its characteristic table is given here, as earlier also we have seen. And then characteristic equation is obtained from this Carnap map as this. Q is the previous state and present state is going to be t plus 1, qt plus 1. Sometimes it is written as qt present state and future state. That way you can also consider. Presently q is 0, s equals to 0, r equals to 0. So what will be the qt plus 1? Once clock is applied, then what is going to be the next state? Present state is qt, sometimes only written q. Here only t is omitted and q is written. So q representing the present state of the flip-flop. This is qt plus 1 is next state. Okay, so putting this and going in a binary sequence, you can see that we have gone in a binary sequence and noting down the qt plus 1 or next state. Qt equals to 0, or simply q equals to 0, s equals to 0, r equals to 0 gives us 0. Qt plus 1 equals to 0. Next state is 0. Do you agree with that from the previous discussion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next is QSR equals to 0, 0, 1. What is that? That is reset state. Means QT plus 1 should be 0. That is there here. Is it not correct? Pratham?
Yes, sir. It is reset state. It is correct.
It is reset state.
Qt plus 1.
So qt plus 1 is equal to 0. But here, when 0, 1, 0 is the side input, I mean input side is this side is input side, you can think of, okay, in this truth table. So 0, 1, 0, s equals to 1 means your set state qt plus 1 is going to be 1, and q equals to 0 and sr equals to 1, 1. This is indeterminate state, okay, or undefined state as usual, okay, which is not actually to be used. And then q equals to 1 and sr equals to 0, 0 is going to be what? No change state?
No change
So
state.
no change state. So q is not changing. Remaining qt plus 1 is remaining what was qt. Okay. Same here. Q is equal to 1. 0, 1 is a reset state. Okay. Then 1, 1, 0, it is a set state. And then last one is intermediate indeterminate state. So based on this table, putting into this Carnap map, if you put this say this one you consider, okay, and indeterminate state is taken as don't care, then you get this Carnap truth table. Sorry, Carnap map from this truth table. So here you see that 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. This is the first one. First one entry of qt plus 1 is coming here 1, 0, 0. Then second, sorry, it is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. 0, 1, 0 means this one. 0, 1, 0 means this one. Am I correct? Are you able to track my mouse? Let me take
yes, sir.
This one. The first entry, let me delete it. First entry of qt plus 1 equals to 1 is, this is going to be 0 1 0, this one. Then second is, I'll put another color for this. Second one is this one, 1 0 0. 1 0 0 is this one. Then third one is going to be 1 1 0, corresponding to this one, 1 1 0. And taking this two indeterminate state as x, or don't care, you are completing the Carnap map and making the octet here, where this octet is giving what? Your q is changing. See, q is changing, so u gone. Here we see that r is changing. This and this is getting changed from uncomplemented to complemented form, so that is gone. So h is remaining from the octet. Am I correct? Harsh Tripathi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay. Next, see, it has been PR has been made with rolling the map. Okay, and in this q is going to be there, but here you see that h is getting changed. H complemented, it is uncomplemented. So we have q and what? R prime. Is it correct? Qt plus 1 equals to h plus r prime q. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And HR equals to 0 0, or it is written 0 only. HR is to, let me write 0 0. It means the quotient state of this is what? Quotient state is 0 0. We have already said earlier. So that is indicating. So mainly you have to remember this one, this equation. What is the characteristic equation of SR flip-flop? Okay, you will not put SR equals to 1 or 1 1, because that is undefined state. So SR equals to 0 0 you can put, or SR is equals to 0. So with this, your circuit diagram of the NAND based clocked HR flip-flop. Let me call it NAND based clocked HR flip-flop. Then it's a characteristic table. B is characteristic table, and correspondingly it's a Carnap map, K map, and then characteristic equation. So these four things you must remember about every flip-flop. Let us go for the next flip-flops, or what is written there. Let us see. So next is a D flip-flop from SR flip-flop. SR flip-flop we have understood, clocked one. So in this, how to avoid this indeterminate state, that is the issue. So we can do it by using an inverter. That could be, of course, a NAND gate connected like this. Here symbol used is inverter because it's taking less number of transistors possibly. Otherwise also you can write only, if it is written that realize D flip-flop only with NAND gate, then you go for this NAND gate only also. Okay. So since it is undesirable, so you use this configuration to make it D flip-flop. Whatever D is, if clock is high, whatever D is, that will be available here. Okay, D is available here. If D is 0, Q is 0. If D is 1, Q is 1 during the clock high pulse. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes,
doubt
sir.
in this, or should I further explain? The same circuit what we have discussed in the last class, and today also we are discussing. Only thing is the S and R have been changed, okay, in this way, so that never both becomes high. It is not possible now. One is high, one is low going to be. Okay, is it understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll not spend more time because very simple and silly things you must understand. We have discussed even at transistor level. Let me go ahead. Few definitions very important we have come across earlier also, and now we're going to repeat. Okay, such as propagation delay (TP). What is that? Is given once again. Represents the amount of time it takes for the output of a gate or flip-flop to change states. For instance, if the data sheet of D flip-flop, we just have seen the D flip-flop in the previous slide. So we are talking about D flip-flop now. For instance, if the data sheet of D flip-flop indicates a TP of 10 nanoseconds, it takes 10 nanoseconds for Q to change states after D has been sampled by the clock. Okay. So when it is sampled, when clock is hitting. Remember that before that, D has come. How long before? At least T setup. You know what is T setup? If not, just go through once again. T setup is the minimum length of time the data must be present before clock is hits. For instance, if the data sheet of D flip-flop indicates a T setup equals to 15 nanoseconds, the data bit to be stored must be at D input at least 15 nanoseconds before clock is arrives. Otherwise, the IC manufacturer doesn't guarantee correct sampling and storing. So 15 nanoseconds before the clock hits, it has come. What? D has come. Whether D is 0 or 1 doesn't matter. It has come. Then clock is hitting. Okay. So that's all. And whole time, of course, whole time. It should be held for certain amount of time. That is called whole time. Hold time is the T hold is the minimum length of time the data bit must be present after the clock has struck. For example, if T setup is 15 nanoseconds and T hold is 5 nanoseconds, the data bit has to be at the D input at least 15 nanoseconds before the clock arrives and held at least 5 nanoseconds after the clock is hits. Is it understood? These three definition of time delay. TP is the propagation delay, T setup is the setup time delay, and T hold is the hold time, or which the input data has to be held there. Anybody have any doubt in this? From there, you can make the multiple choice question also. Okay, maybe given. Yes, Tripathi, you are silent. Not
Yes.
understanding. Not understanding.
And the definitions are easily confused.
The voice is very low. Can you adjust your mic and all? Keep closer to your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, now clear.
Okay, sir.
Tell.
Sir, the definitions are a bit confusing.
Which one?
Sir, the setup time, I mean, after the clock edge hits, then
Before the clock
our
is hits.
initial data.
Nahin, say, let me try to draw and show. Okay, this is your D input coming. Okay, here clock also will be applied here. You will get Q and Q bar. Okay, this is two output of a D flip flop. So clock, before clock comes, D input has come. That may be high or low, doesn't matter. Okay, let me make it high. It was low. It has arrived at the input. How much before? T setup before, and then your clock is coming. Clock was low. It is say becoming high now. Okay, this is clock, and this is your D input. Okay, D input has reached this point. How much time? T setup time. Here in this case, 15 nanoseconds is taken. I hope 15 nanosecond. This time period, time duration is 15 nanoseconds before it has come. The clock is hitting here. Before it is hitting, the setup time is before it is hitting. Clock has, D input has arrived. Okay, that is setup time. It has to come before clock is coming. Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's not the end. The D input is to be held high or low, whatever is. In this case, high for certain more time. Say this is the time. After clock is hitting, this time duration is called what? This time duration is
Hold
called T hold. Hold time or T hold. Okay. T hold. Okay. So this is requirement. If this is not maintained, this T setup and T hold is not maintained, then IC manufacturer says that we are not responsible for proper sampling and proper storing. Means your Q output may not be correct if you are not holding the setup time and hold time you are not maintaining. You have to maintain this, whatever we are specifying. Okay, this is a chip manufacturer specify for every chip. Suppose a D flip flop chip you have purchased and you are not maintaining before this whole time is met. Suppose you are making this clock low at this point, for example. At this point, suppose at this point you are lowering the clock before T hold 5 nanoseconds. It is 5 nanoseconds in this case. View that that means I am showing here your clock pulse from low to high clock pulse is suppose 3 nanoseconds. Clock pulse applied here is only for 3 nanoseconds. So in this case, what will happen? The IC manufacturer doesn't guarantee that your Q will be high. In this case, high, because we have applied the D high. Is it understood, Busra?
Yes, sir.
Pratham?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Clear, okay. Now, propagation delay is time, which is delay. This time, let me take another color. Yes, clock hitting here. This time till suppose Q is getting changed. Earlier, suppose it was 0. Now it is going to change because D has been applied 1. So suppose you have not done this, rather you have kept this clock high beyond this point, whole time point, and suppose it is taking certain amount of time. This must, let me take. This may be your TP, propagation time. Okay. propagation time, or even there is no crystal clear difference, but that it cannot be this. It may be up to this also. But TP is when actually output is changing. Input is applied at this point, and the delay till output Q is changing from 0 to 1 in this case. That's what is the definition of these things. Okay, we'll go to the next slide and see what we have discussed. We have to discuss. Yes. So it is D flip-flop and its circuit diagram here. NAND based D flip-flop. Here we have seen it was earlier what? Inverter I was showing. In this case, all NAND is used, and this is your Q. T plus T plus 1 and T, that is the present state. This is present state, this is next state. So based on this characteristic table, putting into this Carnap map, you can get the characteristic equation equals to this. Qt plus 1 equals to D. Is it difficult to understand, Pratham?
No, sir.
0, 1. Q equals to 0, D equals to 1 gives you output 1. This is Q0, 1. This is the things you are getting. Okay. Then another one is 1, 1. Q is equal to 1, D equal to 1. This is this one. Take this. This is corresponding to this. So you are grouping here. If you group Q goes, only D remains. Okay, so Qt plus 1 equals to D. So simple, and this is the symbol, characteristic symbol, graphic symbol. So these four things: diagram, table, Carnap map. Based on Carnap map, your characteristic equation, and then graphic symbol. Graphic symbol is so simple. So this is what D flip-flop is. Now we are going to, in this D flip-flop, do you have any undefined state?
No, sir.
No, because you have used the inverter. This inverter you have used, which has ensured that S and R inputs cannot be same at the same time. 1, 1 at the same time in this case. Okay. Now what is next? Master slave D flip-flop. You can connect to D flip-flop with clock and clock bar. After this inverter, clock bar is going. So when clock goes high, your master, this first one is master, is enabled, and D is stored at Y output. During that time, clock high time, your this is low. This is the low time here for inversion. So this is not enabled. Slave is not enabled. So it is not stored during that time. Rather, when clock goes low here, it becomes high. Now it becomes high and it becomes low. This is the low state, for example. Suppose low state I'll be showing with a different color. So this is low state of clock. So this may be the high state. During this high state, what will happen? This slave will be enabled. This will be disabled. Okay, and hence Y, which is applied as D input of this slave, is stored in Q here. Q equals to Y. During clock's low state, on clock bar is going to be higher. Is it understood? Yes, Pratham?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is another D type positive edge triggered flip flop. This is positive edge only. This transition is going to occur during the positive edge only. Here in this, see the two latches, this one and this one. The two latches respond to the external D input. This is the external D input, data input, and clock inputs. This is the clock inputs. The third latch provides the output. This will be giving the output, third one. The S and R inputs, this S and R inputs of the basic NAND latch are maintained at the logic 1 level when clock is 0. When this clock is 0, S and R are held at logic 1. And logic 1 in the SR latch is what? SR latch with NAND gate, NAND based SR latch is what? Logic 1 1, S is equal to 1, R equals to 1. It is what state? It is quotient state, isn't it?
Quotient state.
It is quotient
No
state.
change state.
Quotient state or no change state. Okay. So that's what it's telling, that it will be 1, it will be 1. It is obvious because 0 you are applying here. If 0 is coming here and 0 is coming here, so what will be the output of this NAND gate? Yes. If one input of a NAND gate is 0, what will be the output of the NAND gate, irrespective of the other inputs? Talk about
Zero.
irrespective of the other inputs you don't know. One input is low. What is going to be the output?
0.
0.
One.
0 input you are applying here. One input is 0. Others input you don't know. This input you don't know. This input you don't know. This input you don't know. Okay, it is unknown to you. But one input you are sure that it is 0 because you have applied clock 0. What will be the output here? That H and R is going to be output of this. So what will be that?
1 1 high.
1
High.
1 1, because we have already shown you with a diagram of transistor level NAND gate, and it was like this or not?
Yes, sir.
Let me A, B, A, B. Okay. If any of the input is 0, say A is 0, what will be the output? A is 0 means this is off. Pull down path is broken. Okay, pull down path is broken. Means this out node is not connected to ground. Rather, it is connected to VDD through which one? Tell me. Which
A
PMOS
equal
FET?
to 0.
A.
It is connected to VDD through A equals to 0 1. So obviously, its output is going to be high. Once one input is 0 of a NAND gate, irrespective of the other input, output will be high. That's what is said here. Your A is equal to 1, R equals to 1 is going to be there for this case. So what is the next bullet saying? Input D may be equal to 0 or 1. Okay, that is obvious. Data input may be sometimes 0, sometimes 1. Or if D is equal to 0, this case is going to be considered now. If D equals to 0, when clock becomes 1, R changes to 0. Is it correct or not? That you try to understand. The statement says that if D equals to 0, when clock becomes 1, clock is your 1. I'll delete all those things. Okay. Now will be comfortable. Now D is applied equals to 0 and clock is 1. Okay. Then it is saying that R changes to 0. Do you agree? Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
How?
Sir, if D is 0, then that output will be 1 only.
1
Um,
only. Okay.
Which and the clock is 1. So on the
Clock is 1.
so 1 NANDed with 1 will be, it will depend on 0 third output as well, third input as well. 1 dot.
Yes, all of you think of. Okay, let me start. Remember that clock was earlier 0, now it is becoming 1, isn't it? Clock is not always kept 1. It will be coming, hitting, going high and falling also. Okay. When clock was 0, we just saw that H was 1 and R was also 1 or not? Or 0? What was the
Sir,
state?
both were high.
Both were high. That was the question state. It was there. Now from that state, we have to consider. Now D has come low. It has to come before clock because we know that setup time has to be maintained. Okay, D has come now. Now clock is hitting at this point, becoming high. Okay. Now since D is 0 and this R is 1 here, output is 1 of the bottom NAND gate. Output is 1. That one is coming here. Okay. This H equals to 1 is coming here. Clock is hitting now. So what it is finding? This NAND gate, let me call 2. This NAND 2, are you getting this numbered NAND 1 and 2, etc.?
Yes, sir.
Is it a real time? Are you able to see? Or any
Yes,
delays
sir.
there?
Yes, sir. It's real time, sir.
Okay. So now NAND 2 is finding what? All inputs high or not?
Yes, sir.
Before clock was hitting, clock was 0. So clock was 0 means H equals to 1, R equals to 1. That we just now discussed. So this 1 was coming here, and this H was coming here. So now NAND 2 finds 3 inputs high. If all inputs are high of a NAND gate, what is the output?
0.
All input high, for example, this in this case. So output will be 0. Okay. So H R becomes 0 now. For a time being, R becomes 0 till your clock is held high. Okay. Clock of course will be falling down, but now what do you see? H equals to 1, R equals to 0. So what is going to be the Q output? H equals to 1 and R equals to 0. This bottom one you see, H equals to 1, R equals to 0, Q equals to 0, Q R equals to 1. This is the reset state or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We are talking about the third or output latch, NAND latch. And at the bottom, we have also kept the same thing to make you understand. that S equals to 1, R equals to 1 gives you reset state here. Q becomes 0. Q becomes 0 in this case. Obviously, Q bar will be 1. Is it understood, Pratham?
Yes, sir.
That's what is said here. If D equals to 0, clock becomes 1, R changes to 0. This causes the flip-flop to go to the reset state, making Q equals to 0. The third bullet in the text is saying the same thing. Okay. Similarly, I hope you can analyze the other case also. Let us go to the next slide. If the flip-flop is locked out and is unresponsive to the further changes in the event when the clock returns to 0. Obviously, clock returns to 0 means what? It becomes 1, 1. So it will be locked. It is no chance, no change state. Whatever was happening before clock is making a transition from high to low, that is going to be remaining there. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clock is going high for a short period of time, then becoming low. Once it is becoming low, S is going to be high, R is going to be high. That is a no change state. What was the earlier value? Okay, that is going to be the value remaining. That's what is said here. When the clock returns to 0, R goes to high, placing the output latch in the quotient condition without changing the output. Similarly, if the D goes high, when clock goes from 0 to 1, S changes to 0. This is the another condition. We saw earlier the case D was 0. Now we are putting D equals to 1. When clock goes high, S changes to 0. Is it acceptable? Now tell me. Again, we have to start from the no change state. S equals to 1, R equals to 1. From that state, you are applying now clock high and D high. What is going to happen? Can you analyze this? Think of. Now it is told that S is going to be 0. Is it possible to happen? Yes or no? Pratham, you're silent.
Sir,
Can you think of? Let us
Yes,
take
sir, it will be 0.
okay, let us take this because everybody is not understanding possibly. D equals to 1, right? This is 1. R was 1 because the clock was 0. This is the 0. Obviously, this is 0. Okay. Both input high means NAND gate output is 0. So this 0 all the way going to here. Okay. Now it was 1 earlier. Okay, just before clock is hitting. Now what will be the output of this one?
1.
1.
1, this 1 and 1 going to be making what? 0? 0. This is 0. So whatever is telling the author is correct. Okay. So I hope you understood this. And this is another set state. I mean, it is going to be clock is 0 means I mean this one S equals 0 or remaining 1, so it is set state. Okay. Now again clock will be low, then it will be coming into the no change state. That means that value 10 Q1 Q bar 0 state will be held. There will be no change in that. Okay. So this is all about your D type positive age triggered flip flop. Things happen when clock makes a 0 to high transition or positively triggered. Okay. In sum, when the flip input clock in the positive edge triggered flip flop makes a positive transition, the value of D is transferred to Q. That's what the main idea. Okay. So you have understood, then I'll go to the next slide. Now D flip flop with asynchronous reset. See, reset signal is applied here. Okay, going to the output latch as well as these two input latches. Okay, and it can reset independent of the clock pulse. Okay, some flip flops have asynchronous inputs that are used to force the flip flop to a particular state independently of the clock. The input that sets the flip flop to 1 is called the preset. This is reset we are talking about in this circuit, but preset may be also possible. That means output will be set to 1. Okay, ordinarily it is called set. The input that clears the flip flop to 0 is called the clear or direct reset. So here in this diagram, we are showing the reset things. Okay, means it will be resetting Q equals to 0 if it is applied high. Is it happening or not? Can you check up? Or clock bar is to be sent. Yes, if clock reset goes. Normally, remember that clock is going to remain low. Clock is going to remain low or not, because that is going to give you the one-on state here. That is no change state. Is it clear? This is normal state. Now you don't know what was the value of output. You don't know. Okay, but you want to make it 0. What you want to do then? What you will do? If you want to reset it to 0, what you will do? Definitely, this reset is going to be applied. If 1 you apply here, is it going to happen? Or you want to apply 0? Take up.
Sir, 0.
0, yes. If you apply 0, then what is going to happen?
Sir, Q bar will be 0.
Q bar will be 0.
Sorry,
Is it? Q bar
No,
is
sir.
equal to 1.
Q bar
Q
1,
will be
Q0.
1, 1,
Yes,
1.
1. This 1 means Q is going to be 0. Okay. Q is going to be 0.
Yes.
Why this 1 is coming here? Already 1 is there here. So both input high means output is going to be 0, obviously, isn't it? So externally applied reset signal going to be, if going to be 0. See the symbol given here. With that you could understand. This bubble is indicating that it should be 0. Okay, even though it is not, nothing is written here. It is written just a reset at this point. But from this, you can understand that we have to apply reset equals to 0. It is a active low signal. You can say if this kind of bubble is there, we call it active low signal. So if low is coming, then only thing will be done whatever you are desiring. Is it understood, Pratham?
Yes, sir.
There's something we are going to discuss here. What we have already discussed, like D flip flop characteristic table is given here, and characteristic equation is given. Excitation table is new. We have not discussed. It will be maybe required later on. Okay, excitation table is Qt plus 1 equals to 0. For that, what do you D equals to 0. Okay. Excitation table is what? The next state is going to be something what you have to apply in the input. Okay, excitation table is the next state you expecting. Say this is the next state. Expected next state is qt plus 1 and d is the input or data input. Let's say data in. You want next state to be 0. Obviously, in case of D flip-flop, what has to be applied? Yes, it is 0 or 1. D flip-flop we have studied. Whatever D is, that is stored in the queue. Just now we saw.
Yes,
Why
sir.
you are silent?
Yes,
Why you are
sir.
silent? D flip-flop. D flip-flop just now we saw in that if you use the symbol, and if I draw it like this, D input is here, clock is here, and Q is here. So whatever D is, that is Q. Q equals to D. Okay, on clock hitting, whatever D is, that will be stored into Q. So you want next state should be 0 here. Qt plus 1 equals to 0. What should be the input applied? Obviously 0.
0.
0.
The
Yes,
next
sir.
is qt plus 1 expected is 1. What should be applied at the input? That is 1.
1.
Okay. So excitation table, could you understand? Whatever the next state
Yes, sir.
expected, for that what is the input to be given? That's what the excitation table.
Yes.
Sometimes it will be, actually it is not mentioned in your syllabus. State reduction technique. State reduction technique is there in Maurice Mano. It is there. You can read it. If time permits, I'll also discuss, but it is not mentioned in the syllabus. Anyway, it is required during that discussion. Anyway, let me go further. Similarly, JK flip-flop we have just now seen or not seen yet. JK flip-flop not yet seen. So let me tell its characteristic here from this table. J and K. I'll be showing the diagram also later on. And here is the next state. Qt plus 1 is the next state. J and K are the inputs. Like SR, S and R was input. Here J and K are inputs. And JK flip-flop is another type of flip-flop. T flip-flop is another type of flip-flop. We are going to discuss or show the diagram very soon. So if J equals to 0, K equals to 0, then no change state. I mean, your next state, Qt plus 1 is going to be Qt only. Previous state. Okay. If J is equal to 0, K equals to 1, it is reset state. And if J is equal to 1, K equals to 0 is a set state. And if J equals to 1, K equals to 1, it is complement of Qt. That output will be toggling if J and K equals to 1. Output will be toggling whatever was earlier. If say Q was 0, now it will be 1. If Q was 1, Q and now next time Q will be 0, like that. It is vice versa. And for T flip-flop, and this is the T is the input. J and K, both the terminals are tied together, given the name T flip-flop. Okay. Suppose this is the Q, this is J, this is K. Okay. Inputs, and if you tie together these two, you tie together and give the name T. This is a T flip-flop. It's very simple. So we'll be discussing now that also. So T may be 0. So obviously J and K is going to be what? 0, 0, because we have tied both the inputs together. So Qt will be the output next state, because that is no change state. And if t equals to 1, so this is going to be the input pattern in JK, and it is going to be complement, means toggling state. And here is the characteristic table. T XORed with Q. Excitation table is this. Okay. If it is not clear, we'll be discussing later on also. This kind of question may be asked in this things. So this is excitation table for various flip-flops like SR, ZK, T, and D. 4 flip-flops. Excitation table is given here. I think it will be difficult because T and JK we have not discussed. Let us discuss first. We may just come back. So how to implement SR flip-flop at transistor level? We have already seen. How to implement D flip-flop from SR flip-flop at transistor level, that is also more or less seen. Okay. How to implement JK flip-flop from basic SR latch, shown here. Basic SR latch we have seen. From here, from this SR latch, how we can realize the JK flip-flop. That's what we are going to discuss now. This is what the JK flip-flop. This basic SR is well understood by you. This is this portion, basic SR latch, which is shown here, discussed earlier. Now, we have added 2 AND gates, and we have given the feedback from Q to this K side and QR to Z side. Okay, just remember that feedback is going from QR to Z and from Q to K side, and CP is your clock pulse. Okay, if you now analyze this circuit, okay, from this table, characteristic table, is it going to happen or not? Now, Q means it is a present state. Present state, and this is your next state. Okay. Now, let us consider Q was 0 earlier. J and K applied is 0, 0. This is 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is what? Obviously 1? Yes or no?
Yes.
See what? It's 1.
Yes, sir.
Now clock is coming, becoming 1. Okay. Then what is going to be the Q T plus 1? Think of. Don't just see the table and tell it is 0. No. You look at this circuit, okay? Gate level circuit, and tell. So see that any input is 0 means it is 0. It is also 0, isn't it? 0, 0 in SR latch with NOR gate is what?
Quotient state.
Quotient state. Quotient state is this. Means no change state, right? That is
Yes, sir.
no change state. The no change state. So whatever was Q, that is going to be here. Q was 0 earlier. QT plus 1 is also 0. So first entry is satisfying. Our theoretical knowledge is satisfied with this entry.
Yes.
Okay or
Yes,
not?
Yes, sir.
Now next entry, let us take up. This next entry you are taking up. Q assumed to be 0, and obviously Q bar is going to be 1. No problem. Now J is 0. Okay, J is 0 as usual. I mean earlier also. Now K has become 1. So I'll be changing the this K to be 1. Okay, I have made 1. Other things is already there. Q bar comes 1, J 0, CP 1, CP 1, K 1, and Q was 0. It is assumed. So again, once again, what you get is output of this AND gates are 0, 0 or not.
Yes, sir.
So once again is going to be no change state. Q was 0, Qt plus 1 is also 0. Is it understood? Can you analyze in this way for all the entries? Or should I make
Yes,
up
sir.
any more case in the table? Yes. Ask Tripathi, what do you say? Should I take up any more entry in the table and explain?
No, sir.
Pratham,
No, sir, it is understood.
understood, na? Let me take another case, last case. Last case, this Q, J, K, all 1. Okay, and let me delete the things. Okay, I am talking about this case. I mean Q equals to 1. So this is 1. K equals to 1. CP equals to 1. Your J equals to 1. Q bar is going to be what?
0.
0. Very good. So it is 0. So this is going to be 0 and this is going to be 1. It is obvious. AND gate. Simple to understand. So in this diagram, see, refer to this diagram, basic latch. In basic latch, this is your S, this is your R, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
in basic latch, if S equals to 1, sorry, S equals to 0, R equals to 1, what is the state?
Reset.
Reset.
Q equal to 0.
So Q equals to 0. Obviously, Q bar is going to
0.
be 1.
1.
Okay, so in this way, you can take up any entry and you can do it. And for from this table, characteristic table, obviously you can get this Karnaugh map and Q t plus 1. That characteristic equation can you write? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Take a minute
Yes, sir.
and
Yes, sir.
tell me whether it is possible or not. Don't go in a hurry. I am not in a hurry. Sorry, I am quite comfortable. Yes, understandable or obtainable? You have done many Karnaugh mapping. Is a Karnaugh mapping done? A lot of exam you also given. Okay. If it is understood, then I'll not waste time. I can go a little ahead. So JK flip flop we saw. Now same thing, JK flip flop only, but in this latch was basic latch was NOR based. Now the same thing with basic latch with a NAND gate. This is bubble OR is equivalent to what? Yes, De Morgan's theorem.
NAND gate. NAND gate.
NAND gate. So basically, this is also NAND. Okay. This is NAND. This is NAND. So NAND based or NAND only realization of JK flip flop. We are calling here age triggered because clock. We are not. Don't want to apply like this. Why? Why? We have seen here that if your JK inputs are high, both high, what is happening? Look at this. When JK both inputs are high, output is toggling. Inversion is occurring. Complementing. Output is complemented. Qt plus 1 equals to Qt plus 1 equals to Qt bar. In both the cases, you see, this is also Qt plus 1 equals to Qt bar. Am I correct? Q was, in this
Yes.
case, Q was 1 becomes 0. In this case, Q was 0 becomes 1. This is the characteristic. So suppose clock has come here, it is held high for a long time, little long time. What is going to happen at the first instant? At the first instant or at the beginning of the clock pulse, the outputs are changing. Okay, that is getting applied, feedback is applied here, getting applied back. Changed value is getting applied. Changed value, whatever has change had occurred, whatever is, that is getting applied, but still your clock pulse is high. Then what may happen? Again, it may toggle because J and K you have kept high. J and K you have to held high for certain time, at least up to whole time that you have understood. That the definition you have understood. JK is held high for certain amount of time, and Q had changed and Q bar had changed and getting applied again back into the input side. So what may happen? Multiple toggling may occur or not? That you say. Yes or no? You're not getting what my question is.
You're not getting.
See, when JK held high, okay, clock goes high, what happens? Output toggles. Toggles means gets complemented.
Inverse.
Inversion occurs. Now, you see the connection of the output to the input side. It is feedback. Q is connected to K side and Q1 is connected to Z side. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the change value may be applied back. But and still suppose your input is held, both the inputs are held high, JK inputs are held high, then what may happen? Clock is also high, then what may happen? Once again, toggling may not occur. Multiple toggling may occur or not. This is the problem in JK flip-flop. Toggling may be toggling more than once. Means final output you are not sure what may be the final output. In this state, J equals to K equals to 1, toggling occurs. And if your clock pulse is held for longer time, longer than your propagation delay, longer than the propagation delay, what may happen? Again, once again, it may toggle if your JK inputs are held high. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Tripathi, you're not saying anything. I think not understood.
Sir, multiple toggling is not understood.
Multiple toggling may happen or not. Say, in this state, the last state we have discussed, this one we have discussed last entry, Q was 1 and JK were held high. Okay, then output became 1 to 0. Let me once again delete all. This entry, 2 entry will be discussing. Okay, once again. Let me take up this one. We have not discussed. Q was 0. Okay. And obviously Q bar will be 1. That is getting applied here. Your J is equal to 1, K equals to 1. CP has come 1. Okay. It has become 1. What is going to be the next state? Q was earlier 0, Q bar 1. Now feedback connection I have shown here. From Q, 0 is going there. K we have assumed to be 1 because inputs coming are high. Both the inputs are high, J and K. CP, clock pulse has become high. And Q bar here at the bottom was 1, that is also connected shown here. So output here of this and get 1 and get 2. output of the AND gate 2 is 0 and it is 1. Am I correct? And this was R, this was S input. Refer to this diagram. So what is going to be the next output?
1.
Sir,
Q
Q
equal
will
to
be
1.
1, Q bar 0.
Q1,
Okay.
Q bar 0.
Q bar 0. So you say that now output became 1, Q1, and this became 0. This is what we understood. And but suppose clock is remaining high, J and K remaining high, J and K was also remaining high. Now this changed value of Q has come here. Changed value of Q is coming here. 1 is coming here. And change value is 0 here. Okay. And clock is also high. Sorry, high, it is high. What will be the next? Clock is high. So what will be the next state? Next value? I mean, in the same clock cycle, clock has longer high period. J and K has been held high. It has to be held high for a certain amount of time because you have to meet the whole time, that you understand. So what is going to be the next state? Within the same clock pulse, immediately it is getting fed back. So now this is going to be 0. Output of the bottom AND gate is 0 or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this all are high, so this is going to be 1.
1.
1. So what is going to be the next output?
Q0, Q bar 1.
So Q0, Q bar 1. So within the same clock pulse, toggling happened multiple times or not? Twice it is happening. It may be
Yes, sir.
more than 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. That depends on what? How long
The
your clock pulse
is high.
Clock is high. Okay. If J and K inputs are held high, how long the clock is held high? It depends on that. So it is not desirable.
sir.
You don't know the next state. It is a problem. Toggling is a problem. Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So toggling more than once is called racing, race around condition. It's called race around condition. The text will come later on. Okay, I am discussing before time. So this toggling can be prevented. How it can be prevented? There are 2-3 techniques. One is if you can make the clock pulse very short duration. Clock pulse for a very short duration. How much short? See, less than propagation delay. Because once you are applying J and K, after certain time, Q is getting changed. That time is called the propagation delay. It should be less than propagation delay. Clock pulse less than TP. That may be one way, less than TP, but it is difficult in a today's circuit, today's MOSFETs, today's MOSFET based circuits are very fast. Propagation delay is very less, so this will be quite impossible. Second thing is you can use master slave JK flip flop you can use. Third thing is maybe you can high pass circuit, circuit circuit to generate kind of spike instead of flat kind of pulse. Instead of this, you can generate this with a high pass filter. So we are going to discuss all those things a little later. Okay. Yes. What happens in JK flip-flop during high CP clock pulse? What happens in JK flip-flop during high CP is its output toggles if JK equals to high. Hence, it may toggle multiple times. How to prevent toggling more than once during this CP high? So you can, instead of directly applying clock, you can put a circuit like this, which will be giving you the edge, this spike kind of things. During that spike, your input will be transferred to the Q outputs. That is one way. If it is going to be edge triggered, and another is your master slave JK flip-flop. Master slave JK flip-flop is that same thing. You see that this is what we have discussed now with, and this is two. One is master. First one is called master. This is master. This is a slave. Okay, and see how feedback is connected. Feedback from Q is going to in this way to the this side, K side, and Q was to J side. With this master slave JK flip-flop also you can.
Sir, our next class is started.
Okay, I'll be stopping. You should have told me a little early. Remind me, I don't keep track of the time. Okay, leave the class.